I want to discuss that dangerous street at the bottom of the Spanish Steps in Rome. I don't pronounce it correctly. Francine does. Via Condotti, most dangerous street in the world. How has Gucci changed that famous street of luxury in Rome, Italy?
I would say Gucci made a revolution in the luxury market in every kind of way. They started from product, they moved to communication, they changed retail, they became kings of web. When you visit a store, you still find part of the old Gucci because you still have a strong base of the classic bags and so on. But then you are like in Alice in Wonderland. So you find things which are completely different from what you expect. And the capacity to decline at the same time the classic items and all this new revolution has been a very, very talented way of running business.
Yeah, Ami in Wonderland is, and Mrs. Keene is up at Mazzoni, sir, on Madison at 74th. Do you need Bergdorf Goodman? Do you need the stores Francine Lacroix shops daily in London? Do people like you still need luxury department stores?
Yes. First of all, because it's never good to verticalize excessively your business. Once you come total retail, you are running much higher risk. Second, you need to compare to others, so you need to have a counterpart with whom to discuss and understand the customer. Fourth, you cannot cover United States without a department store. Once you open, as we are going to do with Missoni, in one store in New York, two in Miami, one in Los Angeles, Costa Mesa, whatever, then the rest of the United States become very difficult to reach. And the department stores are really getting a very good control of nations.
Why are Italians so bad at retaining some of their luxury companies? I mean, it seems that they're all sold off to the French.
This, I think, is a process of generation. Luxury in France started 20 years earlier than in Italy. So there came a time when the French companies started getting together and the groups were really built with French companies. Then the second step in Italy is coming now, where you have designers and entrepreneurs, which are getting in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. You have large families. And there is not in Italy a group, a fund, a bank with a vision and the capacity to put together the Italian groups. The Italian groups are also quite reluctant to sell to a competitor, to somebody in the same region, to a Chinese, to an Arab company. And at the end, the best buyer is a French group.
David, we were talking about Italy before. You own quite a lot of the Italian debt. Again, what can Italy do better? So we have a political system which is a little bit confusing because you have two parties that really don't have anything to do with one another. But they have such big luxury brands. Why is that not translating into actually GDP growth?
It's a really good question because Italy actually has more global brands than, for example, the United Kingdom. It's got very high quality design and value added. But the challenge has been, firstly, a large and inefficient and burdensome public sector. That is an ongoing drag on, I think, the growth potential for Italy. And secondly, the ability to take small, medium-sized enterprises and then build those bigger. And that's partly to do with things like venture capital finance and the ability and willingness of banks to lend as well. So there's, big structural issues, which unfortunately have held Italy back from really realising the potential that it has demonstrated.
Do you worry, Michele, about the economic situation in Italy?
But yes. I would say there is a concern. I think we're living now. Now we are crossing a river, but once we have crossed after the elections, we're going to face definitely a tough step. It will be taxes. It will be probably a redistribution of powers in the government. So this will really be the beginning of of a new time. We don't know exactly how long it will last. What is a fact is north of 60% of the voters are voting,
Well,
not voting for the parties.